Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. This article does not come as a surprise, or at least its content and the headline, at least to me, but at least it comes as evidence that the Russians are really naming names. Obviously, this comes from the Russian side, and if you do you want to discard it from the get-go, that's your choice. I'm not saying that they are accurate. I'm not saying they are telling the truth. Still, things need to be investigated and found out what the hell happened. But the accusations are really serious. That's what matters. Why? And involves United States. So the Russians claim, they accuse, not claim, they accuse the United States of direct involvement in planning and coordinating with the Ukrainians attacks inside Russia. More specifically, this killing two people, Dugina and the other blogger in St. Petersburg, and conducting infrastructure attacks. Now, however you want to call those two attacks, however you want to look at those, like Dugina and the other guy, I can't remember, Tuchinski, something like this, his name. You know what I'm talking about, the guy that was blown up in that restaurant bar in St. Petersburg. I will give you the name as I'm going to read the article. Those things were terrorist attacks. Those were assassinations, and not assassinations on military. They were, Dugina was the daughter of a guy who's a philosopher, good, you like him or not, or I don't know, a culture guy, writes books. No, he's just, you know what I mean? He was the prize, and she got blown up, and she was a reporter or some reporter. She worked in the media. I didn't hear the U.S. media being upset about that. Then the other guy was the blogger, the guy who again spoke. He was assassinated. I didn't hear the media saying, "Wait a minute, if those guys, if I say that it's unacceptable, these guys can do it to me." So that is, however you want to take it, that's an assassination. That is a terrorist attack. Why? Just look at the definition of terrorism. I mentioned it one time here a while ago, and these guys did not like it, so I'm not going to repeat it. Just look at the definition. Very simple. Changing a country's this through certain kind of means. All right. So the Russians are saying, no, actually it was United States who coordinated and supported these guys along the way. That would make United States really, really part of the whole deal. It's like you have someone robbing a bank and someone is just drawing the plans how to do it, and then drives you to the scene. He's not going to get inside of. It's just an accomplice. You're not going to go inside of the bank to rob it with a gun, at the gunpoint. He's going to be the one who's going to drive you away. He's the one who's going to tell you what you need to do. He's going to buy for you the pistol or whatever you're going to use and all that. Now, what would you say? Is that person involved or not? Remember, the key thing here is the Russians are claiming that. Okay? As the Ukrainians are claiming certain things, as the Americans are claiming things. So don't just buy it because the Americans are saying, or the Russians are saying, oh, I discard it because it's the Russians. I mean, if you want to do that, you're like an ostrich head in the sand. Say, okay, let me verify. Patience is a virtue still for some of us. So let's see this article. So this article comes from Reuters, and it is from today, May 19th, 2023. Putin ally accuses U.S. of involvement in deadly attacks inside Russia. So it's Pushilin, I think. Pushilin? Yeah, Nikolai Patrushev. These guys are always Pushilin and Patrushev. The names are, anyway, Patrushev. This is an old friend of Putin from, I think, KGB. Oh my God, from St. Petersburg Times, I think. So, Russia's Security Council Secretary Nikolai Patrushev attends a meeting of the Collegium of the Prosecutor General Office in Moscow. Okay. Patrushev said the U.S. coordinated with Ukraine on killings. Putin ally says risks of attacks in Russia is rising. U.S. officials have denied involvement in Dugina killing. Why do you think they're going to say yes? No, they're the good people. They can't say that. If they say that, even weasels will realize, whoa, so you kill people and you're a good person? Yeah, that's the definition. but because we do it. If they do it, no, that's a crime. You know what I mean? Okay. A powerful ally of President. What do you mean a powerful ally? These guys, again, you're supposed to discard the Russians, but you have to believe these guys. A powerful ally. Let me break the news. This guy is a governmental employee. He works for the government. He was appointed over there. Like in the United States of America, you have the FBI director, or you have the education, whatever you got, Secretary of Education or whatever. Those guys are appointed. No? I don't know about the Secretary of Education. I think he or she is, or are. But nevertheless, they are supposed to be allies of the president, because the president is the one who forms the government. How do you form the government? I think I want Tom, Gigi, and Michael. I want you over there. I want you to that department. I want you to that department. And they go to a certain kind of, proceeding, and they get, confirmed or not confirmed. That's the process in the United States of America. So that, by definition, is your ally, the president. What are these guys talking about? And besides, let's say I work for the government. If I work for the government, it doesn't mean I'm the ally of the president. It doesn't really mean that, but in this case, the head of an office, he must be, because he's appointed by the guy. In any country, I'm going to appoint my, my daughter's rapist or something. Is that what I'm going to do as a chief of security? I'm the president. Really? I mean, but these guys are forming this kind of, he's Putin's ally. By definition, he must be. The same as all these weasels are here in the departments, that there are directors and secretaries. Blinken is Biden's ally. Have you ever heard or read U.S. newspapers or whatever media saying, referring to Blinken, Antony Blinken, Biden's ally, Blinken? No, he's always the U.S. Secretary of State, Antony Blinken, blah, 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 blah. So already when I look at these guys, I tend to believe the other guys, or not to tend, because I know they all lie. The thing is how much they lie and what the issue is that they're lying about. So again, a powerful ally. Well, he's not supposed to be an ally. He's supposed to be an enemy of Putin. On Friday, accused the United States of coordinating with Ukraine to kill 2 pro-war nationalists. You see this word? In Russia, and to carry out attacks on critical national infrastructure in an effort to undermine stability. So pro-Russia nationalists in Russia. So this is not a good thing. They couldn't just say they're pro-war. No. They could have put here patriots, and they can use some colors to refer to those guys. You know what I mean? There was no immediate U.S. response to the allegations from Nikolai Patrushev, Secretary of the Russian Security Council. What do you want? Which is chaired by Putin. Washington has previously denied involvement in at least one of the killings he mentioned. Now, when I say is chaired by that, it's like you have the U.S. National Security, summit or meeting or whatever you want to call it, the United States of America. I can find the term. Where you have what's his name? Oh my God. Little organizations, I don't want to say organizations. In the government, the Security Council formed by certain kind of people from different departments. We have the FBI, CIA advisors, and then you have CIA director, FBI, military, chief of staff, this and that. You have your advisor. Then you have the I can't remember, not the War Council, but something like that. That's exactly what's over here. You got this guy over there being the secretary of that, like a spokesperson, and he probably is in charge of the security forces, like the FBI or CIA, let's put it here, the secret police of Russia, if you know what I mean. So, Putin has accused the West of unleashing a proxy war aimed at toppling him and carving up Russia's vast natural resources following Russia's invasion of Ukraine last year, unprovoked, remember? Something Moscow calls a special military operation. Who are these guys? Reuters. These are Reuters. This is not Ukrainska Pravda. This is Reuters saying that. All right. A series of showcase attacks and mysterious, not mysterious whatsoever for you, those are mysterious assassinations inside Russia, far from the front line in Ukraine, have raised concern over domestic security, even more so after a drone attack on the Kremlin itself. Daria Dugina, the daughter of the prominent Russian nationalist. He's not a philosopher or anything, he's just a nationalist. So it's a bad thing? You see how they put certain kind of, they associate certain kind of terms in a bad connotation. Obviously, she's bad. Obviously, this prominent Russian is bad, and he was this. That's why probably he's bad. Was killed in a car bomb in August. Was killed. Pro-war blogger Vladen Tatarsky, this is a guy, forget his name, whose real name was Maxim Fomin, was killed in a bomb last month. The, again, nationalist writer Zakhar Prilepin was wounded in a car bomb earlier this month. A nationalist, pro-war blogger, that's another nationalist. These are bad people, these nationalists, it seems like. Russia also accused Ukraine of attacking the Crimean Bridge last October, accused the West of being behind blast on Nord Stream gas pipelines in September. Yes, by the way, what happened over there? Where's the investigation? Where's the outcome? Oh, it's for future generations to determine, or ever. It says Patrushev was cited by the state TASS news agency as saying all the attacks, and I'm quoting, were planned and carried out with the coordination of the U.S. Special Services. I don't know if there were, I don't know if they have all of them, and I'm quoting, the terrorist attacks committed in Russia are accompanied by an information campaign prepared in advance in Washington and London, designated to destabilize the socio-political situation and to undermine the constitutional foundations and sovereignty of Russia. TASS quoted Patrushev. The United States and its allies, allies, yeah, okay, who cast the invasion as an imperial-style land grab, who attacked whom in the past 30 years, who has 740, military missions around the globe, Russia or Imperial Russia. Land grab say they want Ukraine to defeat Russia, the world's biggest nuclear power, but did zero because the Patriot system destroyed those evil Kinzhal missiles, hypersonic, therefore we're all safe. So we're gonna attack Russia because we can, and they cannot strike back. Yay! This is where they're gonna get today, because they got already there yesterday with an article I covered, and I'm gonna cover another one saying the same thing from the same weasels, the Telegraph. The State Department did not immediately reply to a request for a comment on Patrushev's remarks. What do you think is gonna be? They're gonna say, he's lying. Or don't even bother to ask us. Why? We're not terrorists. Look at us. They are. Why? Because we say so. So anyway, my friends, there's no smoke without a fire somewhere. So I don't think, my personal assessment of this, is it possible that the Americans did what Patrushev said, more or less? Yes, it's 100% possible. Is it probable? I would give it, 90%, maybe 95%. Probable that they helped. What are you going to do? This is the question. When you claim, hey, he raped her, okay, that's the first step. What's the next one? What are you going to do about it? If you're not going to do anything about it, and nothing will be done about the crime, the abuse, however you want to call it, then, it's going to be just, if you see someone doing something, and you start something bad or good you praise, bad you condemn, and you do something to stop it. Anyway, my friends, we'll see. Time will tell when these guys will allow us, these guys here, because that's Reuters, when these guys will allow us to really publish and come up with information that we're gonna get eventually, and I'm pretty sure some people already have it. The problem is they keep their mouths zipped and their fingers tight about certain subjects, and they make this kind of articles right here. Those guys are saying that, but because they're portrayed as being evil, they immediately say, no, you can't consider those guys. They have no legitimacy. We do, because we never lied to you. You know what I mean? This is another thing. They're bad. Okay, tell me why they're bad. Because A, B, C, D. Okay, well, are you good? Yes. Tell me, why are you not bad? Or tell me, okay, how about this? Are this qualify as bad things? No. We never did anything wrong. The same with lying. Yeah, okay, those guys lied. Did you ever lie? No, we never lied. Okay. The governments. Oh no, when you see the governments, some government officials moving their lips in those movement of lips, there are a lot of things. You see, I would have said a different word here, but use a different word. But since I'm on YouTube, you have to be, weasel, and otherwise you're not gonna hear from me. And I want you to hear from me. All right, that's why I'm making these things. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.